Hello, how are you? I hope you're good. Happy New Year, I hope. I hope 2020 was not just like a preview trailer to 2021. I hope you have a very relaxing, chill, fulfilling new year. Welcome to January. On the topic of months, I have failed December. We don't go the same places that we used to. Of the books that I had in my official TBRVATAR TBR, I have read a grand total of 0 of those books. However, I did read one that wasn't on the list, and I also have started to and went like a little bit in the books. I have a feeling that both those books put together is the reason for the slump, or at least partially. I don't know if it's just me, to be honest, because December has been a very weird month. There's a lot of happening, a lot of things to sort, a lot of things to think about, and also World of Warcraft Shadowlands. I fell into the trap again. Annoyingly, the books that I didn't start with are still the books that I really wanted to read, so I'll see if I can push them into, or at least one of them, into this month's TBR, but it does mean that I will most likely go backwards on the board, so I'm just further away from purchasing books. However, not as bad as it might seem. I'll get into that in a second, but let's have a little ad break for today's sponsor, Skillshare. Skillshare is a platform for creative people where other creative people teach them about the skills that they have. It's an online learning space that covers topics from digital marketing, filmmaking, bullet journaling, budget keeping, programming, you name it. You can search anything and it will likely pop up. Today I want to talk about probably one of my favorite classes I have seen so far on Skillshare, and that is the Creativity Unleashed one. It honestly felt a little bit like a more one-to-one TED Talk. The person came across really genuine and really honest about their experience on being on creative platforms, how long it took for them to become more confident. If you are planning on starting any type of creative project or starting a YouTube channel especially, I think it would be a great thing to watch. It has a couple of mental exercises you can do alongside with him. One of the things I find really useful on Skillshare is that a lot of the classes are already pre-filtered and the quality control is there, so you don't have to waste a lot of time trying to find a nice and concise class. Most of the classes are way under an hour in length, and they're also chaptered in tiny kind of bite pieces. I will link this particular class down below, as well as a link to a free trial for you to experience unlimited Skillshare. If you do decide to commit, Skillshare is also affordable, under $10 per month on an annual plan. So as I said, link in the description bar for a free trial if you want to try it out. Link is only available for the first 1,000 people that decide to click it and experience it. And thank you to Skillshare for sponsoring yet another video and helping this channel stay afloat. So in December, this was my TBR. We had a comic book, The Magic Order. Did I read this? No, I did not. Then we had my super highly anticipated book that I do think I will try, perhaps include into January's one, which is Golden Sun. Haven't started, very sad. And the last one that I didn't even touch was the Stories of Your Life and Others. Very bummed about this, that I didn't try it out at least. I think I just really got lost in multiple things and also struggled with the other two that I will mention. So now the two culprits that I think are responsible for my demise. So first of all, we have I Want to Eat Your Pancreas, and I have gotten till here. So I did read like a reasonable chunk of this manga. This is for the book that has both a U and an I in the title. So I didn't complete this book because I found it a little bit juvenile. I didn't really mesh well with the tone in the book. I did kind of want to still push till the end because I know a lot of people said that the ending was really strong, or that they felt really emotional at it. But I don't know if it's a high school setting, and maybe I'm just currently really not interested in that. I decided to put that away and give The Bear and the Nightingale a go. Now this confuses me to no end, because I actually, when I read this, I really enjoy the writing style. Rarely feel like strongly towards just one aspect of the book, and that's not entirely true. I did really also enjoy the old gods versus the new gods aspect of the book, And I don't know if it's because it's obviously a very slow book. However, most of my favorite books are slow books, so I kind of lean towards a no to that. But I just could not get into it. I read until page 165, so like a decent chunk, but I enjoyed it, but I would find myself putting it down quite a bit and then really struggling to put it back up. So we technically have 2 DNFs, which means that I don't move forward or backwards because I did give it a fair go. But then we also have 3 books that I did not read. However, for the I want to eat your pancreas prompt, which is an U and an I in a title, I did read this one. And it does have both of those letters in here. So I'm going to count as that prompt fulfilled, just with a different book. And then the next book that I'm reading, it looks like it would have snow on the cover, but I actually can't see any snow on the cover, so I can't really fulfill that prompt. So 1 step forward for the life-changing magic book, which, spoiler alert, did not change my life, sadly. And then 3 steps back. So 2 steps back in total on the board, which, to be honest, is not nearly as bad as I thought it would be. So we good. I don't know actually where I'm gonna step on, but whatever I step on doesn't actually, if it has something in the thing, like if the tile has some sort of thing in it, it doesn't count for anything. This is just where I'm gonna start from. It's not a prompt requiring tile. So that's funny because I just glanced at it and it would have been a cabbage pot. I'm almost tempted to make it a prompt, but no, we're gonna spin because that means that I move forward as well. So I don't feel like it's fair for me not to, you know. But if you're playing along and if you fancy, feel free to use the cabbage pot as a 6th prompt today. Let's start this. Let's do spin number 1. 3, 2, 1. Ah! And that's a 5. Oh, I didn't even look where that would lead me. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. An empty one. That's not too bad. An empty one just means that we're using the deck. I have put Logan's prompts back in here, but I didn't put my last month's prompts in because I just don't want to get the same prompt because it's more fun that way, and we definitely have enough cards here either way. So we're gonna do this shuffle-roo, and I don't even know what I'm hoping for. I'm hoping for something flexible because there is something that I want to include in this. And if you're playing along with me at home, you can either use your own cards that I uploaded in the last video or go with my prompts. So let's see when to stop. Okay. What is it? Soccer. Read a book that's under 300 pages. I like how you think, soccer. If this is... Nope. Let me check the Patreon read. Very much not. So, we are branching out. I don't think Golden Sun is under 300. I don't know why I'm checking. An idiot. Okay. I guess this could be a good time to include a comic. I feel like let's start gently. I'm gonna go with Blackbird. I'm really excited to try this comic. Not only is it like super magical looking, but the art style is so extremely important to me when obviously reading something that is mainly based on art style. It's such a big part. I don't even know which one is a little bit more important, the actual story or the art style for me personally when I'm reading comics. So I'm very excited to try this one. It's so beautiful. On the back it says, "The Great Beast. The magic is like water. Your heart is a fountain. There's a magic world hidden in Los Angeles, and Nina Rodriguez knows it. When an enormous, otherworldly beast kidnaps her sister, Nina must confront her past and her demons, not to mention the ruthless cabals in charge of the city's magic to get her sister back and reclaim her life." Super excited, and I think it's a good start to 2021 too, because it's pretty. So let's place Sokka's card in here. Oh, and she looks a little bit like Katara. That's cute. Sorted. Spin number 2. Is there anything we'd like? Not one. One would be very, very bad because we would be sent back where Logan is. Can't let that happen. At the same time, I don't have any respins, so if we land on 1, that's it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 would be great because 6 would let us spin more. Other than that, it's all the same. Okay. 1, 2, 8. Never say no to that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Another card. Let's see. You get to see first. What is it? Read a book with a 4 or higher Goodreads rating. Perfect. Perfect. I know for a fact this one has a higher than 4 rating. First of all, when I did a template on Instagram, basically half of the people said that their favorite book of 2020 was this book. And also, the next Patreon read was the highly anticipated ones. And there were 3 options and all of them were higher than 4-star rating. So, I know for sure that this qualifies, and that is The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue. I am ready to be destroyed. If I don't get destroyed, I will hold every one of you responsible because everyone says how heartbreaking this one is, and well, it better be. I am ready. I am ready. Slightly intimidated because I have heard that it is quite slow going. Whilst I do actually enjoy Schwab's writing and I love The Conjuring of Light in particular, and then I also actually really enjoyed the Savage Song. I'm usually like lukewarm. It's like good. I never DNF'd her books, but I was also never really super into it. Apart from Gathering of Light, this is the last one in the Dark Shade of Magic. But people said that this one in particular is just on another level. And from what I know, because this version is Owl Crate one, doesn't have the synopsis, which is a bit unfortunate for me just now. But from what I know, this is a book about a girl who makes a deal with a devil monster? Not quite sure. And the deal is that she gets to basically live forever, but no one's going to remember her. And then we follow her through the beginning of that to where she eventually, I think in New York, somewhere in America, I feel, or maybe in France. Not sure. I know there's France involved in here somewhere. But she meets someone that actually remembers her name. And then, I don't know, I just know that it's sad at the end, so I'm ready for that. I'm actually quite excited to delve into that. I haven't read anything of Schwab in probably over a year, maybe 2, and I kept meaning to, and I have recently dreamt that I met her, so I'm gonna take it as a sign that my body is just like, hey, read some of her books. And I forgot, oh my god, my own game and I keep forgetting stuff. I forgot the extra spin bonus requirement. So for Blackbird, the category is water, which means that it would be a fantasy, which fits because this has magic, so it's very fantasy. Then this one is actually for fire, so that would be a mystery or thriller, which I don't think this fits, but I'm okay with that. I'm not gonna have the bonus, that's fine. I need to make sure that this one fits. 2 down, 3 to go. We want 2 would actually be great because it would leave me on the airball, which would make me go faster. 4 could be just interesting, so that's always good. I don't think we can reach this, but oh my god, maybe the next spin? That would be great. Oh, I wish I had respins. I would so try to step on the White Lotus because that allows you to double up. God damn it. Let's do this. Let's I'm trying to make it. Okay. Is that a 6? That's a 6. We're big on 6s today. 6 leads us in the same spot if we stepped on the airball, so it's not too bad. I'm a little bit more relaxed now that I got the Addie in here. Okay, and let's see. There we go. Where's the upper? Clouds on the cover or in the title. Oh, I don't know. So I'm actually gonna go with this, which I don't have the cover for, which, by the way, I'm gonna put the covers back on because I realized for someone who films a lot of videos and needs to grab a book, it's too much hassle to try and find the dust jackets. But this is how it looks like. Sky more than clouds, but there are some clouds, so like it looks pretty cloudy to me, so we're gonna count it. However, if I decide throughout the month that I actually cannot squeeze this in, but I'm very excited. This is the 3rd one in the Wayfarer series, but they can be read separately, and I really want to get to the 4th one as well, so I'm gonna read the 3rd one. It's about time to catch up for me to catch up with the series because it is one of my absolute favorite authors. So it's called The Record of Spaceborne Few, and the synopsis says, centuries after the last humans left Earth, the Exodus fleet is a living relic, a place many are from but few outsiders have seen. Humanity has finally been accepted into the galactic community, but while this has opened doors for many, those who have not yet left for alien cities fear that their carefully cultivated way of life is under threat. Tessa chose to stay home when her brother Ashby left for the stars, but has to question that decision when her position in the fleet is threatened. Kip, a reluctant young apprentice, itches for change but doesn't know where to find it. Sour, a lost and lonely newcomer, is just looking for a place to belong. When a disaster rocks this already fragile community, those exodants who still call the fleet their home can no longer avoid the inescapable question: what is the purpose of a ship that has reached its... Why doesn't it let me... Reached its what? It doesn't let me click for read more. I'll put the synopsis on the screen. That's annoying. Her books are always very, very much character driven, and I love that. The first book in the series, The Long Way to a Small Angry Planet, is one of my absolute favorite books to this day. The second one I didn't love as much, however, I still really enjoyed, so I'm really excited to get to the third one. However, as I said, if I find that maybe the time is not on my side and I'm not have read a lot, I might substitute that for this, which is Rat Queen's number volume 4, I think. Yeah. Which clearly there's sky, there's clouds. It's fine. It also is actually really perfect because the card's bonus tile is air, and that is a sci-fi, which this very much is, so fits very perfectly. Very well done, us. So as discussed, 1, 2, 3, 4 would be great, but 8 would be also amazing because we would land on the Sozan's Comet, which would increase our firebending, and we could skip all the way here and we'll be so close to getting books. A 3? Well, then we still have some hope to reach that. Our fourth prompt is word fire in the title or fire on the cover. This was actually a tiny bit difficult. I don't really feel like reading Game of Thrones. There's also a book that's called Burn by Patrick Ness, but I also didn't really want to read that. But I did find this, Brain on Fire. And this is a memoir written by a journalist, as far as I can remember. And it says, my first serious blackout marked the line between sanity and insanity. Started with a headache, then within days 24-year-old New Yorker Susanna Cahalan was having violent fits, hallucinating, blacking out, and attacking those around her. This is the story of one woman's descent into insanity. In Brain on Fire, she pieces together the terrifying lost month of her life, asking what happened when your identity is suddenly destroyed and how you get it back. This could either be very interesting or very stigmatizing. I guess we'll see. Okay, last spin. I actually kind of don't want to step on that now because I have a fair selection at the moment, I think. And I also would like to move further rather than this, so this would be ideal. So how many is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 would be ideal. Please, please, board, please. Oh my god, so close. So close. 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, not ideal, but perhaps the next month. I actually have already bought one book. Not for the one that I stepped on for allowing myself to buy a book, but I decided that a small exception to the rule is that if a book is only available for a certain amount of time and you really want to get it, but I can't like adjust it to the game because it will be sold out by the end of the time. That's an exception to the rule, but other than that, girl has just been taking note of books. Okay, last prompt here. Okay, last one. There we go. Judy, read a dystopian novel. Oh no. Dystopian, I don't know if I want to read a dystopian. Oh wait, oh my god. Oh my god, that being said, now it's kind of coming to a lot of chunky books. I mean, they're not chunky, but the way that I'm going in general with the reading, it feels kind of chunky, but I'm gonna put it in here. If I don't get to it, that's fine, we'll step backwards, not a big deal. It doesn't actually have a bonus tile, which is totally fine. Inserting a new prompt in here. Let's see if this month is kinder for the continuation to Red Rising. We possibly have a pretty fun turnout here if I manage to read at least some. So the Record of Spaceborne Few as sci-fi, The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue, highly recommended by a lot of people. We'll see what we think. Blackbird, a super beautifully illustrated comic that I'm hoping is also a really good story. Then Golden Sun, which I know I'll love if I just get to read it. Brain on Fire, a memoir. And then possibly Rat Queens if I need to substitute the Becky Chamber one. So that's it. I hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know what you picked, if you're playing along, if you're playing your own version, if you're playing with me. Let me know if you read any of the ones that I got and if you enjoyed them and do you think I will like it. It was actually interesting how a lot of you guys predicted that I'm not gonna love The Bear and the Nightingale, and when I was reading the comments I was like, I think I will, and then you're right. So it seems like some of you guys know me just a lot better than I sometimes know myself. So fingers crossed the next time we play I might actually reach the finish line and then get to buy books. That would be fun, and then I'm obviously gonna upload a haul. But thank you so much for watching. Hope you had fun. Stay awesome, stay kind, happy new year, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye. Now,